Hey, it's Matt. Welcome back to another tool haul video. Today I have an antique store on the bottom here and thrift store on the top, separated by the little scorpions there. On the top side from the thrift store, I got about $11 into that stuff. And down here I got about 39 bucks. So we're at about 50 bucks total for everything here. So let's take a look at how I did. We'll start with the thrift store stuff on the top. Got a Vaco P2 Phillips in pretty good shape. Oxwall USA VP 304 number 2. Got ourselves a Stanley high glow in the flat blade. Stanley half-inch nut driver 66-516. We have a Challenger little P2 stubby, a Dunlop flat blade. We have ourselves a Crescent little stubby. That one is a Xcelite, an Orchard Park Xcelite. You can barely read it on there, but it's there. That's a little stubby 1/4 inch. That's kind of cool. Got ourselves a Craftsman flat blade there, stubby. You got a bunch of those. Up there, that looks like it's a Vaco nut driver there from far away. And you won't believe that it's a Vaco, but it's not. It is a 5/16 Durachrome. I believe that says 75 there. Let's take a look at it right next to this Vaco. Yeah, that's the same thing. I would say so. Underneath that, we got a Proto P2. Then we have some Xcelite screwdrivers here. I got an Xcelite X101, and that's a P1. An Xcelite R184 flat blade, an Xcelite X100, I believe that's just a number 0 screwdriver. We got ourselves a little 4-inch, teeny tiny little diamond horseshoe crescent wrench. And it's not in too bad a shape. I like this little thing. A24. A little bit of damage to it, but it opens and closes good. It's got that horseshoe and the diamond there too, so that's cool. So I figured I'd snag that thing up. Then we have a bunch of Craftsman sockets here. So we have some 12.3/8 drive, and we have an 18mm G, 15mm VV, 12mm single line V, and a 10mm G. And these are all the top knurl variety. And the right side up G. And they have the like that without the / in it. The older ones had the M / on there. So all of these are of that variety, either a G, VV, or a V. And I don't have any of these in my collection currently. So we have some 1/4 inch drive ones here. We have a 9mm G, a 4mm EE, and I think we have a 6mm G in there as well. And those are all 6-point. And then we have a 3/8 drive, 12.3/8, single line V, I believe. Yeah, single line V. I know I got a bunch of those. 7/16 fleet and a 3/8 drive. I have one of those. We have a 7/16 1/4 inch drive, 6-point. Industrial Super, I know I have one of those, and a Challenger 9/32, and I think I have 4 of these, so that makes number 5. I don't know how that happens, but I don't know. What do you think? 11 bucks for what I got up there? I think I did pretty good for thrift store stuff. It's all in pretty decent shape. That Proto isn't that great. I just picked it up because I don't have any Proto screwdrivers. It's pretty narfed, but I figured I don't have one. I'll pick it up. So let's take a look at this antique store stuff here. Now, I do things a little bit differently when I'm at the antique store. You have to kind of go into there with a different mindset. Usually, I'm looking for higher quality stuff and, you know, stuff that I might actually use. Maybe stuff that's still good and usable. Functional tools and not really collectible or not, you know. I give a little more leeway with the antique store stuff because I'm not paying as much. But This stuff I try to hold myself to a higher standard and try not to overpay, but sometimes I might pay what it's worth, you know, or if I were to find it in the store, what I'd pay for it there. I try not to do that, but let's see if I did all right with this stuff. So over here, I have about 15 needle files, and I think this is the bulk of it. I paid 15 bucks for all of these. So I think it was a buck a piece pretty much, because there's 15 of them. Yeah, if that math is correct, let me see. Yep. So these are all Olympic. Most of them say that on them. Some of them don't say it, but they have the same knurling, so I'm going to assume that they are, and a couple of them don't have anything on there and don't look like them, but they're all various, just kind of odd shapes and sizes here. And I just love these little specialty files. They all appear to be in good shape. They need to be cleaned, but I don't know. I don't think that's bad. A buck a file, I think that's pretty good. I think those are English files, so those are cool. I figured I'd snag those up. 15 bucks? I don't know. Is it worth it? Let me know. And then this thing, Xcelite, another Orchard Park HS20. It's in really good shape. It's a 5/8 nut driver. So I paid $5 for this. Probably too much, because I know you can get like a set of Xcelite nut drivers. I don't think they go up to 5/8. That's why I kind of sprung for this one, just because I don't see 5/8 nut drivers really that often. So I figured I'd pay $5 for it, and it was in good shape. So, you know, did I pay too much for it? I probably paid what it's worth. I don't know. I haven't looked at them on eBay, so I don't know what one would go for, but I don't know. I'm willing to pay that much. Did I get screwed? I don't know. These, we got some Davies drift punches, USA. It's hard to find information about this company. I think I found out that they were in Hampton, Iowa or something. But again, I paid $3 a piece for these. Are they worth $3 a piece? Probably. I mean, if you're looking for some good USA drift punches, we have a 313, a 312, which is that's a 5/16, and then we have a 1/4 inch, which is the 309. So I don't know. Looks like this one just set a nail into some drywall or something, and that's the extent of the use of them. Tips look great on all of them, pretty much unused. So $9 for those three. I don't think that's bad. The rest of this stuff I paid $2 each for these, and we have some Pencraft USA 9879 little 90 needle nose, and they're in really good shape. And I always grab needle nose players if they're in good shape. If they're nice, US, or if they're Nip-X or something. But they close really nice. You got to squeeze them to get it close. So we got good contact on the tip there. That's what we want. So $2, I think those are well worth it. And we have a Craftsman Deep 12-point V 47525. And look down inside of there. I was kind of like, what is going on in there? But I think somebody, the previous owner of this socket, sprayed some galvanizing compound down in there or something to keep their sockets from rusting. Maybe that's what I think it is. I don't know. I know I need that socket, but we're going to do a wrap-up, so stick around. I'll do a quick wrap-up. I have everything laying out here, so I'm not even going to cut. I'm just going to go right into it. Got ourselves right here a Williams BU 1220 3/8 drive. What size is it? Yep, of course it is. A 5/8, 12-point little kind of swivel universal. Looks like it's brand new. And these are my first old Klein players. Little linesman players in really good shape. They feel good. Jaw is good. They close nicely. The cutter looks good. Got a little bit of something on there, but that's that older logo. And I looked this up. I think this date code EE, I think that's 44 or 55. I can't remember. One of those years. But I could look it up again. But I really like that logo on there. And they're in really good shape. So I thought, not bad for $2. Now this last wrench here, I probably shouldn't have even bought. But I've been looking at it for a while now. And it's been sitting there. And I figured I'd take it home with me. Because it's a Blue Points. Not a Blue Point. Blue Points. Chicago. And it's got the 2 arrows on there. So this is one of the first Blue Point wrenches, and they sublited out some of their wrench manufacturers. So I guess there was some confusion as to what the name was, if it was Blue Point or Blue Points. So this other company that made these wrenches for them thought it was Blue Points and put the S on there. So I figured I'd grab it. It's in really bad shape. 5/8 isn't that bad, but the 9/16 is yeah, it's rough to say the least. So yeah, I just figured I'd have to grab it and put it in my collection. So enough of that. All right, let's get to the wrap up here and see if we have any holes to fill. I'm going to take some screwdrivers and stuff out of here that I know I don't have any pairs to. I know I don't have any of those. I don't have any of those. I know I don't have any other stubby Xcelites. I have like 5 of these, I think. I have a bunch of files. We're not going to have anything to add to those, or that, or that. Don't need those. Don't need that. I know I have one of these. I have one of these. I got one of those. I have one of those. Alright, let's see here. These, I have. Those, I have. That, I have. I don't need that. Okay, let's get to this. Let's fill in these holes here. Alright, this Xcelite one, I didn't pull those out of the drawer. Whatever. I got a bunch of those. That probably fills in a hole that I was missing. I'm sure it does. Alright, anyway, let's start with this Stanley right here. 1/2-inch Stanley. I have a 7/16, a 3/8. Oh, what is that, a quarter? It's got to be a quarter, and a 3/16. So I need to get myself an 11/32, a 5/16, a 9/32, and a 7/32, and I'll have a full set there. This little Challenger stubby, it looks a little grimy, but I got it because I have a spinner to go with it. So we'll put that one with that because it belongs with its family. Now, this crescent one, if you watch my other videos, this might look familiar to you. I got another screwdriver and I was trying to figure out the maker of it, and that was a Bluegrass. So would you look at that? It's got the same patent number, the same cushion grip. I thought it was a Klein, but it is different than a Klein. So, crescent Bluegrass. That is cool. This socket here, I told you I needed. I got my rail here of 1/2-inch drive sockets. On that rail, I have a double line V. These are my in use, and that's the barn A. So I'm going to retire this socket, get it out of there, and I'm going to replace it with this V. Stick it in there. Fill that hole in there. Alright, let's get these scorpions out of here. Alright, some Xcelite screwdrivers. I have a big flat blade. I have a longer number 1 Phillips. And then these two are crescent, I believe. So we got a really long flat blade there. That'll go with that one. And then we got a shorter regular flat blade. So if I wanted to stick those two with it, I got a pretty good collection. I don't have any of those. What's that doing out there? Got ourselves a that Vaco or Durachrome nut driver. I don't have any more of those. All right, we got this high glow flat blade, and I got that little flat blade. We got this 4mm EE Craftsman socket. I got my bag of EE sockets set that I'm building. That one needs a 4, so I got a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, a 8, a 10, and a 12. I need myself a 9. I need a 5.5. I need an 11 and a 13 in the EE, and we got a full set there. Got this Vaco number 2, and I got another number 2. It's not doing that great. So, a little different font on there, I believe. Maybe it's the same. I don't know. Looks like it's smaller. Yeah, it looks like the smaller font on there. So, nothing really to add there, but I do have that little reversible or adjustable one, and that stubby adjustable one, and that wedge screwdriver. So that goes with that. What else do we have here? Is that it? I think that's everything. I don't know. I had some pretty good holes. That half-inch fills in that hole good. Getting a good collection of these Xcelite screwdrivers here. Need some Phillips high glows, and I need some more Vaco screwdrivers. I have a lot of Vaco nut drivers, but not a lot of Vaco screwdrivers, so I'm going to have to get working on those. But, well, hope you enjoyed. Again, for 50 bucks for all that stuff, I don't know. I don't think I did too bad. Got myself some pretty cool files, too, so what do you think? I think I did good. Have a good one. See you next time.